somebody touches the hem of his garment. Get this, Jairus has worshiped Jesus. He has put aside his preconceived notions, his political position, his personal persuasion to get help for his child. And just as Jesus starts in the direction of Jairus' house, somebody touches his garment. The text doesn't indicate what Jairus' reaction was, but I know how we do sometimes. When somebody gets in the way of what we want, of what we need, we have a tendency to put our Christian values aside. We become selfish and short-tempered and clannish and self-centered and disrespectful. Beloved, one of the negative byproducts of struggle and heartache and sickness and disease is that we often think we're the only one who's sick. Can you imagine what Jairus might be thinking? He could have argued this bleeding woman is getting in the way. His daughter's condition was more important than hers. Yes. Though sick and hurting, her hurt does not compare with my hurt. Beloved, it's true that the most promising treatments are too often set aside for those who are the well-connected. There are organized networks and support groups for those who fit the right profile, know the right people, use the right vocabulary, frequent the right places. We have allowed sickness and disease and struggle to divide us into those who are deemed worthy and those who are not. Those who deserve a healing and those who must get to the back of the line and wait. The text goes on to reveal that Jairus' worst fears have become reality. Down in verse 35 of the text that was read, word comes in that Jairus' daughter is dead. And someone says, why trouble the master even further? It's too late. It's over. Nothing can be done. Our children are a lost cause. Give up your fight. It's too late to impact their lives. Stop pushing for better health care. Stop working so hard for more parental support programs. Stop fighting for better schools. Why don't you just give up? Oh, but beloved, there is good news today. There is hope today. God has an answer for the trouble we face. All is not lost. Jesus says these words, and I like what he says here is, do not fear, only believe. In other words, do not allow yourselves to become overcome with dread and doubt. Do not let bad news close the door on your hope. There is more to be said. There is more to be done. God has the final word, and even if death is inevitable, we serve a God, help me somebody, who can defeat death and can defeat struggle and can defeat heartache. We serve a God that can take that which is dead and breathe new life. So Jesus, I'm almost done, goes to Jairus' house and encounters a commotion. See, the backdrop of this event helps us understand what this was all about. First century Palestine society included these persons who were known as professional mourners. Help me somebody. These persons went from house to house where death has occurred and made huge scenes, weeping and wailing. And I believe it's true that these people still exist today. See, it's true, beloved, that we in the church find it difficult helping people to live. Oh, but when they die, we know how to throw a grand funeral. Now y'all looking at me like you don't know what I'm talking about. See, we aren't able to deal with the drug addicted, the sexually abused, the emotionally disturbed. But if and when these folks die, man, we'll preach heaven down. We will sing and shout and run all over the place. We'll have a great old time in the Lord. But let me help you with something. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could spend the same kind of passion, the same kind of push, the same kind of joy in reaching out and helping those while they are living? Hasten back to my text and I'm going to sit down. The healing begins with putting everybody out except the family. Child's sickness and death impacts the entire family. British poet John Donne said these words, you know, no man is an island. entire of itself. That means we are interconnected. What hurts one member of the family impacts the entire family. So Jesus dismisses the noisemakers and the rabble-rousers and the complainers and those who need to signify and gets the family together. Jesus speaks to the situation by explaining the child is not dead, but merely sleeping. Beloved, there will be many who will make a mockery of our attempt to help. There will be those who will say to us that there is no hope, but Jesus goes to where the child is and takes it by the hand and says those words, Talitha kum, which means little girl, wake up. In other words, wake from your sleep. Get up from your slumber. Wake from your despair. Wake from your hopelessness. Wake up from your pain. I know you've had a hard time. I know someone has said that you are finished, but I've come to tell you it's not over. Wake up, wake up, wake up. That means you're not dead. You're not dead. You're not dead. Somebody say that I'm not dead. You're not dead. You're alive. But you need to wake up. Don't let the devil tell you life is over. As long as there is a God, life is not over. If you wake up, you can see that hard times will not last all the time. If you wake up, you'll recognize that weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. If you wake up, you can imagine your community change. If you wake up, you can see better schools. You can see more opportunity. You can see the change that you've been praying for if you wake up. The church is called to wake up, to get out of the sleep of satisfaction. No, we have not arrived. I know we've got a president who looks like us, who understands us, but our children still need us to wake up. Wake up. Wake up and fight against the gun violence. Wake up and speak against the heartache. Wake up and talk about injustice wherever it is. Do not sleep. Wake up. And when we wake up, we'll begin to become the church that God has called us to be. Amen. No, we are not there yet. We're just getting started. Don't you shrink from this responsibility. Because I remind you, brothers and sisters, that this will not be done by strength and might. Horses and chariots will not win this battle. But we can do all things through Christ